Hey guys, so I want to say a couple things before the video gets rolling. If you wanted to watch the video and hear the whole story, then go ahead and listen to me talk for a while. But I wanted to do a quick intro for those of you who don't want to watch the video and just let you know how it turned out. First of all, I want to thank everybody who was, had a successful deal with me. I sold 9 knives right away. 8 of them were fantastic. The one that went south, the person said, "Hey, I'm a stand-up guy. I'm absolutely trustworthy." I don't doubt that for the most of the time he'd be a stand-up guy, but I'll tell you in this situation, I stood up. And before you watch the video and hear me kind of go off on a rant, I encourage everybody to to back their deals up, do the things, go above and beyond, because it seems to me in this case, as it came out with money, everybody came out of the woodworks and said, "Hey, this guy is a stand-up guy." And I'm not saying he did anything wrong, but he didn't stand up because I ended up eating the whole thing. I cooperated with him. I ended up not getting the police report that I asked for. I still made the refund because that is what being a stand-up person is. So if you see a knife dated May 26, 2017, and it looks like this Praetorian Ti, it's this Praetorian Ti. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if I can recover it because, as you can see here, the police report simply wasn't made. Okay, so that's where we stand with this. And the last thing I want to say is basically the next pictures of the Praetorian Tis. Those are not lost. I just wanted to put something out there. Obviously, I don't have the Praetorian Ti to show, so those knives I just put up for visual purposes. And here we go. And if you want to watch the video, it's up next, and I appreciate it. Hey guys, so I wanted to film this video, and it's a crappy video, and I'm going to title it something, basically, which kind of sums up what happened. And I wanted to do this video to hopefully help out anybody who's kind of in the same boat as me, but I was robbed, and basically either robbed or scammed or whatever. I lost my Medford Praetorian Ti, blue anodized custom job that I got from Amy. With flamed titanium hardware. I mean, it was tops, upgraded steel, everything. And I'm just going to kind of tell you the story about what happened. Whether I got scammed or whether it's just kind of bad luck for everybody, you guys could be the judge. But again, I'm only making this video absolutely not to flame the buyer, although I have concerns. I'm just going to kind of comment on the entire knife buying and selling and kind of give my thoughts. So first of all, I removed everything from Facebook. I think Facebook's just a gigantic scam. I think that there are a lot of good people on Facebook, but there's absolutely no repercussions, and there's no protection for the buyer or seller, and you just don't know these guys unless you've built a relationship. But at the end of the day, it's a close-knit community. Facebook, those guys deal with themselves, and so if you're an outsider trying to break in, you're absolutely susceptible to scams, or at the very least getting the raw end of the deal. I still am on Instagram, and I feel like when you're watching people tell their stories about knives and stuff like that, you can kind of get a good idea about who they are and kind of what they collect. And my Instagram transactions were all fantastic and amazing. But basically, I decided to sell 10 knives. I've never sold knives before. The reason that I decided to sell was purely a space reason. It was not financial. Basically, I had 4 nail packs, which you guys know what those are, full of knives. I had 5 knives that didn't fit in the nail packs that were sitting on my desk, and I decided I had so many knives incoming. The California show just happened this weekend, and I was going to really try hard to make that show. I didn't make it, but I knew that Medford brought out some really cool knives out to that, and I thought maybe if I was going to make it, I would be acquiring. I calculated about 5 knives, so I wanted every knife to go in the case, so I decided to sell 10. And I decided to sell kind of a little bit of everything. Some Medfords, one Kirby Lambert, and I love Kirby Lambert stuff, but just kind of in my brain, I was just like, hey, I just have to kind of evenly spread the sadness, I would suppose, to say it. But basically, I decided to sell 10 knives. I made this flyer. I listed all of my terms and conditions, and basically I did it on how I've been buying knives. I wanted people to email me so I can, give them this flyer with detailed pictures and terms and conditions and all that stuff. And hopefully I wanted the transactions to go good. So some of my terms and conditions were I would pay for shipping. That was included. I gave a really good deal on these knives, but it was firm. I didn't want to negotiate. I just said, if you want to take it, if not, don't take it. Not only that, I offered insurance, but I was not going to pay for that. I was specific. And I said, if you wanted insurance, that's extra, but I would go down to the post office and scan. And that was my responsibility to do that. So I wasn't going to just drop it in the mail with no scan or anything like that. So my Praetorian Ti sold very quickly. In fact, all the 48 hours, all the knives were gone. I priced them very well because I wanted to pass on some good deals to people. And, I just kind of wanted to, I don't know, just kind of like making these videos, do something nice for the knife community or whatever it is. I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm just saying. Anyway, I basically said I wanted PayPal goods. I want buyer protection. I tried to do all my research, and I still ended up getting screwed. So here's the story of exactly what happened. These facts are, they're undisputed. So I get a message on Facebook, and the person offered, I forget the numbers, but like $1,000. And I'm just like, no way, man, no way. The price is firm. I mean, they must have offered like 6 times. But not only are they offering, they're striking a conversation like, hey, this is my first Medford. Can you tell me about a Medford? So I'm getting pumped up because, I like the brand. So I tell them, hey, you got to be careful with the pivot. And they're like, oh, yeah, I didn't know that. Or, why are you selling so cheap? And I'm just like, hey, I'm not selling cheap. I think this is kind of the value. It's on the low end. But, I just want to pass on a good deal. But this thing is brand new. Like, I literally opened this knife 4 times, took some pictures, put it back. And he goes, why are you selling? I go, hey, I'll be honest with you. I got like 6 knives, and I just needed to give up some room. And, even though I love the Tis, it's one of my favorite model. It just, I just wanted, like I said, to spread the burden evenly. So finally, after all these offers, he's like, hey, I need you to do me a favor. I can't pay the whole thing. I give him $5 off. $5 on a $1,200 knife. So, or excuse me, it was $1,050. And so I go, okay, fine. 1,000, I don't remember. I think it was 1,400, 1,145. That's the number. Sorry. So he accepts it and basically sends me payment via PayPal. And the same day, I package it up. I take pictures of the box. I package this thing up all sweet and nice and everything. On another note, I went on PayPal. I shipped it directly from PayPal, and that's that's what I did. And it was actually odd to me because the next day he hits me up again. He goes, "Hey, did you get the knife shipped?" And I'm like thinking to myself, "Yeah, but I clicked through PayPal, so you must have got an email about it. You got the tracking number." But I had gone down to the post office. I had scanned it, so I took a picture of the receipt and I sent it to him. And I go, "Hey." Yeah, I went down to the post office, and the reason why I do that, and I probably should have explained this to him, is, I want to make sure that you know how much the box weighs and the zip code and everything. He goes, oh, thanks, man, no problem. So I'm at work on Friday, and I'm checking it because I'm nervous about all these things, and I'm just looking at them, and it says delivered at like 1 o'clock. And I shoot him that message. I go, hey, your package is delivered. Do you like it? And he goes, oh, I'm at work right now, but, when I get home, I'll open it up and look at it, and I'll let you know. Thanks. So I'm all right. So about 5:30, no, excuse me, I think it was about 3 o'clock my time, where I think I sent it, just to let you know, I sent it to Florida. I'm in California. But I get a thing, and he says, hey, I got home, and there's no package. And I tracked it, and you sent it to the wrong address. Or it was delivered to the wrong address. He did not say you sent it to the wrong address. He just says delivered to the wrong address because the zip code was on there, and basically it had said something like Palmroy Beach, and then I was supposed to ship it to Coconut Beach. And I go, well, I just clicked on PayPal. I don't know what's going on. I said you needed to confirm address. So he goes, hey, you had insurance, right? And I'm like, no, I just did what PayPal wanted me to do. So I'm freaking out a little bit. And I go, okay, tell you what, let me call the post office and see what's going on. I'm on hold at the post office for like half an hour, and they said, hey, Aaron, it went to that address. The way the zip codes work is sometimes they say this, the zip code services, whatever. We have a GPS coordinate scan. It went to that address. It was delivered at 1 o'clock, guaranteed. So I hit him back up and I said, look, it didn't go to the wrong address. They've got a GPS scan coordinates. It went to your house. He goes, well, it's not here. And he goes, we do have a theft problem in our neighborhood, like kids, you know. And he's like, it was an off school day, and I got home and there's nothing here. And I said, well, that sucks, and I'm kind of freaking out. And I said, I'm not sure what to do. Give me a second. I have no idea. I've never been through this. So he doesn't know this, but I immediately called PayPal, and they looked it up, and they go, nope, it was delivered. You're fine. 100% seller protection. You're good. But I'm feeling terrible. This is one of my first sales, and you know, I'm on Facebook a little bit. I do these videos, but I don't sell things. So I actually texted him, and I said, hey, what's your phone number? I'll call you. So I get on the phone, I call him. And he's like, hey, man, I thought you were shady, and now that you're calling me, you're not shady. And he was kind of like accusing me of being shady. I'm like, hold on. Like, I sent you the thing. I thought it was weird when you asked for the tracking because you had it. And he's like, well, it's weird that I asked you to buy more stuff, and you said you didn't have any stuff. And it was kind of an odd conversation. I said, look, I want to do the right thing. Now that I talked to you, I guess I believe you. You gave me your phone number. Let me just process and see what I want to do here. So I went on Facebook, and I posted a thing and said, hey, guys, what's etiquette here? I basically offered my services. I offered the knife, and, who's responsible for this? And I get blasted with like 70 comments. That guy's a great dude. He's 100% stand-up. So I'm not blaming the guy. Let me just first of all tell you, I don't think he has the knife. I don't think it was one of those things where he got the package. It could be wrong. I mean, if he did get the package and has my knife, that's totally jacked up. But I don't believe that. Anyway, so basically, everyone's like, he's a great dude. We've done transactions with him before. None of this has ever happened. So I'm like, okay, in my mind, my feeling is this. When it comes to money, people get defensive. And probably when you're doing good transactions, he's a great dude. So I call him back up and I said, hey, you didn't get the insurance. And he goes, well, it's your responsibility to click on signature confirmation. If you didn't click on that, this is all your fault. I'm not responsible. And I'm like, well, hold on. Like, it also got stolen off of your doorstep. I mean, you have some responsibility here too. And I said, let me figure out what I want to do. And the consensus was on, and this is why I'm shutting down Facebook. Everyone comes out and they're like, you're an idiot for not hitting delivery confirmation. And everyone's got an opinion. I'm like, yeah, I know. If I can go back in time, I'd hit signature confirmation. But I didn't think he wanted it. And another thing about our conversation, he goes, hey, man, when I made you an offer, that included insurance. And I go, no, it didn't. I was firm. My terms and conditions are firm. Everyone who emailed me before the sale saw what I wrote down. And he goes, no, I was negotiating insurance. This is on you. No idiot sends that kind of stuff and doesn't insure it. I'm like, I guess I'm an idiot. I don't know. Lesson learned, right? Anyway, so he doesn't have the knife, or at least he says he doesn't have the knife, and I do believe him on that. He kind of changes his tune from it got delivered to the wrong address to, hey, it got stolen off my porch, and that's your fault. It got stolen because you didn't do a signature for confirmation. So I offer him a few things. I said, look, and another guy said this on Facebook on the post. He goes, hey, if Amazon, you bought it from Amazon, they'd send you a new one. So I go, look, I got 6 of these things. Do you want my bronze one? I know it's not as nice as the blue one, but I'm willing to send you the damn knife, and you can have it and enjoy it in good health. He's like, no way, man. That blue one's cool. The bronze one, I'm not interested at all. So I'm like, oh, that sucks. And I go, okay, whatever. So I think about it, and I go, you know what? First of all, just to let you know, guys, about me, my word, my reputation is everything. That's why I can afford these knives. And by the way, I don't buy knives I can't afford. And by the way, I don't put knives in the mail that I'm not willing to stand up as a man and take care of this stuff, right? I don't think it's my responsibility. I don't think it's my fault, but I refunded the money. He could have it. It might be my fault. I'm not sure. Did a full refund. And it kind of irked me the wrong way that after, I did the refund, he's like, oh man, but I really love your stuff, because I sent him a picture of the knives, and he goes, can I buy this one? Can I buy that one? Can you make me a good deal? I'm like, I'm never selling you or anybody else a knife again. I'd rather, honestly, like, think about charity. I should donate these things to charity and be done with it. I'm not like a knife wheeler dealer, and obviously you couldn't even step up, and I offered like I'll eat 20, like I think I asked him for like $300 just to make myself feel better about this transaction. I just said I'll refund you $800, $900. He's just like, no, it's not my fault, it's not my responsibility. He kept saying, look at it from my point of view. I bought a knife and I don't have anything. And I said, it was delivered to your doorstep, you even admit it was stolen, but whatever, no arguing. So I stepped up, I refunded the money. So if anyone sees that blue Medford Praetorian, which I've done videos on, and it's very unique flaming and it matches my micro, that's mine, because I refunded the money and someone jacked it, and if that thing pops up on boards, it'd be very easy to find. So I'm actually looking, you guys look for that. There's not a lot out there. It's a Praetorian Ti, SV35N, black PVD blade, blue anodization, flamed clip, and it's a flamed titanium pivot. So there's probably not a lot of knives like that out there. So that thing pops up, you guys hit me up, hkwinger99 at gmail.com, or hit me up on Instagram. You let me know that sucker popped up, because that is my knife, because I refunded the money. So again, I'm not trying to blast anyone. I think it was a bad situation. I don't think he has a knife. I think it was stolen. Personally, I think if he was a true stand-up guy, I think he could have offered me a little bit of something just to take the entire sting out of my butt. Like, this sucks. Like, I took the whole thing. And it sucked, because I didn't go to the California Custom Show, because I'm all bummed out on knives, so I didn't get to go buy another, one of these. I know they had these things out there, and I just feel bad about knives. And actually, I'll be honest with you, I probably won't even be buying knives for a long time, because, this is entertainment, man. It makes me feel good, and I wanted to do someone a favor and sell knives at a good price, and almost everybody else has emailed me back and said, great knife, I appreciate it. So a couple lessons. First of all, do signature confirmation. But you know what? This is my thought. These guys are a close-knit group, right? Everyone came out and said, hey, this guy's a good dude. If a scam wanted to be run on a new guy and you're that new guy, there's nothing you could do, right? I could have been a jerk and said, screw you, make a PayPal claim. And I do think I would have won the PayPal claim. But I didn't feel, because he doesn't have the knife, I didn't feel good about that either, So anyway, that's the story. A little bit of therapy for me. Please keep the comments to yourself if they're negative. I get it. I'm an idiot, all that crap. But for the one or two people that can actually get something positive out of it, then, that's why I'm telling it. And like I said, my reputation, my word is above anything. I don't play with knives. I'm not willing to lose, because you're spending the money on them. I just want to make sure that I'm having a good time. That's why I buy these knives, and I'm having fun, and everything's good. And I'll tell you what, I'm not asking anyone for anything. I don't want anyone to feel sorry for me. I don't want anyone to do anything. All I want you guys to do is, if you see that damn knife, you let me know, because I don't even know if you filed I said, hey, can you file a police report? Can you do this? Can you do that? And it was just like, I'll do everything you want. He's a nice guy, but of course you're going to be a nice guy before you get the refund. But after the refund, he's like, do you have any other ideas? I said no, and quite frankly, I don't want to contact him. It reminds me of the knife, and if he scammed me, enjoy the knife, but you can't sell it, because everyone's going to see it. And if he didn't, then just understand that he was made whole, even if it was stolen. But I still think he shared some responsibility. But on that note, if you're a seller, these guys, when things turn south, I don't care if you offer insurance, don't offer insurance, I don't care if he declines signature, no one likes to lose money. And I get this strong feeling that these guys are buying knives on margin, and they're every penny, or maybe it's the deal, it's the hunt. I mean, I got all these guys offering me to, basically put that thing in an envelope and float it down a river to get to him to save 50 cents. It drives me crazy. And at the end of the day, when everything's going good, he's a good stand-up guy. When something goes bad, everyone runs for the hills. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I stood up. My knife is gone. That sucks. I don't think I'm going to be acquiring any Medfords anytime soon, because it sucks. I don't think I'm going to be acquiring any knives anytime soon, because it sucks. But this video, like I said, has two purposes. One being information, and two, if you find that knife, let me know, or call the police or whatever, because you have a thief. running around with that knife. It's in Florida somewhere because it was delivered properly at the right address, and he lives in a gated community, so it's probably in that little gated community. Anyway, guys, 17-minute video. I appreciate you listening to me. I will not be making any more knife content. I'm kind of bummed out about this whole thing, and I feel like I brought it upon myself. If people are going to target me to get stuff, I feel like I leave myself out there. So I'm going to do one more video. I've got this really cool custom knife coming in from Jason Overall at Larevo Knives, and we're pretty proud of this build. And I told him I'd do this, and he worked with me tirelessly, and I want to give him as much exposure as possible. But other than that, I apologize. There's going to be no more knife content here, and I hope you guys enjoy the hobby and don't get screwed like I did. And hope everything goes, like I said, goes well for everybody. But for me, in this case, it didn't. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. I do appreciate you watching, and I hope everything turns out much better for you.